Hi, Ben at Cornerstone. Just want to encourage you as you keep moving forward in your faith in Jesus Christ and how that gets lived out and how all of your relationships get affected, your roles. That's the way we're designed to live. God creates us in His image. We fall down, we stray away, Jesus brings us back, and we get in this track of growing up and learning to follow Jesus and bring honor and glory to God by what we do with our lives. It's a great way to live. It's the true way to live. This week, in your books that you're reading on Psalm 23, Shepherd looks at Psalm 23. We're in chapter 7 and 8. Great chapters. And I like to read things fast, but I couldn't because it was so good. I had to slow down and think about it and ponder about it and pray about things. First chapter, seventh chapter, the first one for the week is, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. It's a really important chapter. One of the things that I have discovered in my own journey of a man moving forward in his faith to Christ and talking with other men is that we somehow get this idea that we're going to grow up and mature and become more Christ-like without ever facing any adversity or difficulty or challenges. We just want to, it's just going to happen. It's going to be good. It's like buying a car and expecting nothing to ever go wrong and have to fix it. No. Life's full of hardship and challenge and adversity. The difference is, between myself and someone who doesn't know Jesus, is I know I've got a shepherd who walks with me and will guide me through the darkest valleys, whereas they are on their own. A couple things to think about as you dive into this chapter. The first one is the word through. And I mentioned this before in sermons. It's very important for my own personal spiritual journey following Jesus. Is I would rather have Jesus take me over something or around something or under something, but He always takes me through what's in front of me to teach me and to grow me up and to give me His character. I don't always like it, but when I get to the other side, I go, oh, that's right. I had to go through that to be able to learn what I need now and will need for the future. For instance, and I've mentioned this before in sermons, but when I got the phone call heading out to Michigan that our daughter had been readmitted to the hospital postpartum and had a blood clotting disorder, which often takes the life of a postpartum mother, and my wife called me and told me this news, and I was a couple hours out from actually being there. Terry went out ahead of time. I was able to take that in and go, okay, we may lose Sarah. But I trust my shepherd, the Lord. So I'm just going to put her in the shepherd's hands. And I said, God, she's yours. She's in your hands. I have work to do as a husband and a grandfather. And I'm going to do that. I can't do the shepherd's work, but you can. So I give my daughter to you. Now, I don't know if I could have done that 15 years ago. I haven't been through enough dark valleys where the Lord brought me through where I could go, okay, I can trust my shepherd and I will actually trust Him and just let Him guide me through. So a lot of the adversity and challenges that we face, and sometimes it's of our own making, right? We just need to be honest about that. But sometimes the Lord leads us through things, not our fault, just happens, but He's teaching. He's growing us up. He's maturing us. And it's the only way it happens. So you learn to trust and be thankful. So be mindful of that as you read chapter 7. Chapter 8 is a great chapter about your rod and your staff. They comfort me. About what a shepherd does with the rod, what's the purpose of that, what a shepherd does with the staff. Great insights from the person of a shepherd. But what struck me the most is how the shepherd guides and rescues with his staff. And there have been times in my life, and your life too, when we needed to be guided. The shepherd, the Lord, needed to put His staff against us and push us a certain direction because we were wandering off. Be thankful for that. And as you're reading your chapter, you may want to reflect on times when the Lord has done that for you. Or times when He's reached down and pulled you up and rescued you. Be thankful for that. We're like sheep. We cannot rescue ourselves. We have to have a shepherd to bring us through. So, great couple chapters. Read them, enjoy them, and talk with other people in your family about other friends about what it means that the Lord is your shepherd. And He brings you through the darkest valleys and his rod and staff protects you and comforts you. Keep moving forward, man. Talk to you later.